So I decided I wanna do another long video again cause these are actually really fun to do and I couldn't decide what to make a video on, but I'm gonna rank all the episodes Satomi either directed or wrote cause I've never seen anybody do that. If this video do well, I might all the characters she voices, but we only got 10 episodes to really rank. She wrote TPOT 1 and 2, so that gives us stuff to talk about. Honestly, this is cool. I mean, the last time I did a ranking was on Pin and BFDI, so this is actually an upgrade since I get to talk about episodes again. I mean, it's only really pre-split and TPOT, so we don't have to talk about BFDI newer episodes of anything from BFDIE or post-split, so this list is only focusing on 2 eras of BFDI in general, and some episodes are great. Some are bad and none are ever gonna be BFB 20 and 30 of bad, but hey, let's start with number 10.
Disappointment in the game of life.
BFB 9 is kind of really boring. The concept of X sounds like a good idea on paper. Kind of crazy they never do something like that again cause X seems like a good idea but they barely do much with it, and by the time it's BFB 10, it's already too late. I honestly wanted to see Host X host again, and BFB 29 doesn't count, or BFB 28 since announcer kind of takes that place. I feel like this episode is really rushed. Really says a lot when it's the shortest episode of all of pre-split, and considering a lot of the newer episodes of TPOT and BFDI go over 30 to 40 minutes, kind of sucks. I mean, Stapy being eliminated is kind of dumb too, cause not gonna lie, the whole cheating thing goes nowhere. I feel like after Foldy knocks Match out for that one thing, it's never brought up again. I'm glad it's actually not brought up again cause it's really stupid. But this episode is so short and the challenge is so short. I don't know why, but it's the same issue as BFB 5, and funny enough Beep loses in both episode. I mean, I don't mind Roboti or David going. They're both kind of bad, but this episode is really short. 7 minutes. I'm glad they figured out how to do short episodes again. I wish TPOT had some short episodes cause a lot of the episodes don't need to be as long, but back to this episode, it's really boring. Least with BFB 16 and TPOT 2. There's some stuff to talk about that makes it not really boring. I do like the twist of X being inside of fries, and it's even noticeable in BFB 8. It explains why X can appear again, and then we get for the next episode. This episode was a whole lot of nothing. It still beats post-split, but still. Maybe we'll see X host again in a later episode. Probably not, but this episode barely used characters. I really like Woody here. I wish Beep didn't lose. Wish Blah lost here, but I guess that mean Lollipop would have went or Book or something. I don't know how you explain it, but this is a forgettable episode. TPOT only really gets close with TPOT 4, but even then TPOT 4 has something that keeps it from being truly bad. Like the challenge of protecting a plant is really good, but here it's just a basic basketball challenge, and I guess BFB 11 proved a basic challenge can make an episode, but the way they did it was so awful. I mean, I don't like how 2 is in this episode. He's really just annoying, and 4 so whiny too. Least 2 got better once TPOT started. 4 didn't really get better until TPOT 6 cause for most of post-split he was really awful. I mean, I feel like the split had to happen, same reason TPOT had to be written by not Satomi cause it would have realistically taken forever. I mean, BFB 16 is just a very nothing episode. It's only this high cause I like the animation here, but I never got why they made Loser and Spongy rejoin post-split. Spongy, I sort of get his reason for being eliminated was pretty stupid the more I think about it, but Loser was kind of boring and post-split didn't really do anything with him. Spongy kind of the same, but he got eliminated too early for them to do anything. This split had to happen for TPOT to happen eventually, but I don't like how they did it here. I feel like some characters like Ice Cube and Rocky could have went to post-split, and I would be more happy cause Ice Cube didn't really do anything until she was eliminated. And Rocky biggest contribute was basically one challenge in TPOT, and I'm not gonna really count that cause the challenge could have happened with anything else. He's really boring. But what can we do now? Post-split wasn't great. I'm glad TPOT happened and got better as time went on cause post-split was so bad, but this episode is pretty forgettable and bad. The animation was pretty great. This is a outlier in pre-split cause it's really a bad end to a really good season of BFB. I mean this season had it all, but what can you do?
I choose Pickle. After his brave cliff dive, I now realize that.
Yeah. Enough of the 6-hour speeches.
Now TPOT 2 is a little differently cause these TPOT 1 and 2 are only written by Satomi, which I'm not gonna be saying a lot since this thing is gonna somehow say it wrong, and this is the weaker out of the 2 episodes they wrote cause for starter it somehow has the opposite problem BFB9 had. Instead of being short it's too long. It feels like it's short of drags and the 25-minute long challenge is cool on paper but as in concrete it feels like it could have been shorter. I don't like how Pin was here. Thankfully TPOT get rid of the cheating arc after TPOT 3, I feel like it was kind of pointless and am glad they did more with Gady and also Death Pact again as a whole. I mean it was something in Teardrop I never really hated. I mean they literally decided to do double elimination after this but at least they finally did something with Eggy. Honestly the challenge may be boring but some of the characters' interaction are interesting. I mean Pillow gets really great. I forget about the S. It seems newer TPOT did more with the team than TPOT 1 and 2 internally did. And I mean Are You Okay here isn't really different here. I mean all Golf Ball does is focus on stacking and it's so slow so they're not any different. It's a dull episode and it makes me happy we didn't have to wait that long for a new TPOT. Cause TPOT 3 came out in January. I feel like this episode was really just whatever, like I never go back to it and I feel like this episode just felt underwhelming when you considering it took a year and a half and didn't really start in development until like March or April of that year, and overall I feel like the concept called of work. The execution was the problem. I mean least they kind of tried something with Foldy. It sucks and it really make her good but it was a tiny attempt, and also they tried something with Eraser and it paid it off but too after Teardrop got eliminated he soon later got eliminated after it. That really sucks but what can you do with that? Episode is dull. It feels like this episode gets overhyped. Cause after TPOT 2. Besides TPOT 4. None of the episodes are as bad. I enjoy TPOT 18 and that one gets for some reason.
Round 1. Fight!
TPOT 1 is kind of the same in which it's kind of just okay, while TPOT 2 is just really underwhelming. This episode is okay, like I actually really enjoy this. I feel like for a first episode it explains everything well. They introduce winner and price tag pretty well and unlike BFB 1 the challenge isn't really at the very end. It's only this low cause I'm not really a huge fan of this era of TPOT even if it's 2 episode. It's kind of crazy Death Pact again is the first to lose. I feel like looking back having 2 debuters was kind of great. I don't like price tag as much as winner respectfully cause they basically took over Nelly's personality, and the teams all make sense. I wish Pi was on a different team but considering they mostly lost due to Black Hole. This episode is just alright, like him glad Pen is on a better team and like him glad Snowball is on a better team too. Even if this team has Foldy out of all characters who's really boring both episodes did nothing with her. I mean I will say the same could be said with Saw 2 but she helped teammates. I really wonder if teammates would have been like they were until TPOT 8 where Coiny and Pin took up most of their screen time. I mean probably not but we'll never know. I feel like the newer episodes do everyone better. I don't think these 2 episodes do anyone better besides maybe Black Hole but that's it. Everyone else is better. We got to see people from post-split in a good episode for once. The Satomi era. This thing is probably still say it wrong. I'm just gonna say Satomi and Pokey. Anyways this era of TPOT is not that special. Maybe if they didn't get fired, the episodes would have been written better but as is they're whatever. TPOT 1 is okay but TPOT 2 is trash. I mean I feel like we got the better deal in the end. I mean either way, teammates still had Coiny and Pin hugging screen time. I mean they don't hog it as much as they do later on, but still, I feel like the newer era of TPOT are basically better in every way. I mean we even got post-hiatus BFDI which was better than any episode of post-split yeah.
Please exit through the rear door.
BFB 10 is better than BFB 9. I'm honestly glad they actually brought 4 back. I mean, they would have had to eventually. It was just funny enough 4 episodes before he came back, and them showing the exit was cool. This episode only higher cause of that. It's cool how it's animated. There's not much to this episode. There isn't a real challenge, and I'm not calling bring 4 back a challenge. And it's a very short episode. It's not short, but it's only 11 minutes. But there's not much I could say for this episode. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, the reason was able to say more for TPOT 1, 2 and BFB9 is cause there was a lot more that happened. And while they're all worse, I could actually say more for them. I feel like they just needed to get 4 back somehow, and since Donut had force powers in a way, they did that. And out of the 4 episodes without 4, the one that I enjoy the most is BFB6. But back to this episode, it's alright, it's cool we get to see Pencil and Bracelety, and it's a classroom about math, so yeah, let's move out to our next entry.
And his name is Bruh.
So I'm not a huge fan of Leafy coming back in pre-split since they don't do much with her and she's really more annoying. If anything, post-split she's way worse, and honestly on paper, having to press a button sounds, but they really do it well. I like they did more with Flower. I like how they made this pointless Flower and Foldy beef that literally is forgotten as soon as match goes. It was a pretty stupid one-sided beef. I mean, yeah, they cheated, but like, why bring it up? And it was pointless. This is the only time they even tried something with Foldy, cause after this, they never try something like this with her ever again. I think Stapy did more than she did. Anyways, the challenge is good. I like how Fire didn't even bother remembering Leafy until like BFB 15, and overall this is a good return to form. And BFB 9 was kind of boring and BFB 10 was okay, but they didn't really do much with it. And it's nice to see 4 host again. I just like how even Beep didn't even want Leafy back considering she was bossing them around. But Flower gets to do more here. I mean, pre-split was a good season, but a lot of characters didn't get to do much, like Blocky or Pillow, since they had so many characters to focus on. 42 is a lot compared to 64, but they were able to actually do more with these 2, and I like this challenge. I mean, it's not the best, but at least it was actually something, unlike the BFB 9, and look, they remembered that book was dumb, so it's even better. Well, not really. Anyways, let's move out to BFB 12 is actually an improvement over BFB 11. It seems like BFB 11 through 15 were the best part of pre-split in general, since none of the episodes here were bad, but here it was gold standard. And I also like the imposter challenge, really gave them something to do. I like how it basically took Teardrop to find out that Pin was Choco. I don't like the Tackle Book arc. It made Book worse. It made Blah almost the worst team. And Fire Jr. was great here. Sucks he would later get eliminated. I honestly enjoy this challenge. It isn't like boring like BFB 5 and 9 and really works on its own. I like how Death Pact doesn't find out that someone is impersonating Tree until he like kills Bottle, and honestly I feel like challenges like this are entertaining, cause it forces the characters to be good, and I feel like this is what post-split was missing. Most of the challenges were good on paper. It's just the writing was really bad in post-split, and here's it's the opposite. I feel like this is the peak point of pre-split. I mean, I also like how each team is, and I like how Rocky isn't found to be an imposter until he talks. This episode does a good job with its characters. I enjoyed it so much. I wish TPOT had more challenges like this, considering they have longer episodes too. I mean, maybe we could later on, since there's like 11 people left in TPOT. There's gonna be 9 after TPOT 26. I just enjoy this episode. I don't think there are any bad parts. I guess the elimination is dumb. I mean, like I said in the BFB 11, it never comes up again. Foldy goes back to being nothing after this. I mean, Foldy biggest feat was BFB 11. I'm not counting TPOT 22 since almost everyone in that episode has lines and doing something, but in pre-split and TPOT she's the same. It isn't as bad as Fire Jr.'s, but I feel like with his. But I'll save that for when we get to it later. This challenge of figuring out who's the faker, who knows, maybe TPOT will have a challenge that could top this one off, but I doubt that could actually happen. I mean, we almost did with TPOT 9, but we are gonna move out to our next entry. The lava saga in pre-split was one of the best things that happened cause it gave us stakes and the challenge to happen. I mean the fiery and leafy stuff didn't add anything. It's cool how BFB22 explains Fiery remembering Leafy by saying he pretend to forgot, but I don't care for Fiery and Leafy as friends. It really peaked with their friendship in BFDI, but the rest is intense. I love the part with free food. Everything about this challenge is great. I feel like Dora's elimination was kind of dumb. She was the only one who kind of helped her team win challenges. I mean besides Teardrop, but it's crazy the one episode about digging. She does nothing. I mean I feel like if Book didn't sacrifice herself for Taco, she would be in the bottom too. I mean Ice Cube was boring but they remembered to give her lines. But BFB 15 is great and it amazes me what they do. Woody is so tiny. And everything. It feels like the end to an otherwise great series but it's not. I feel like the elimination after that is dumb too. I mean Doors is dumber since they chose the episode that made the least sense, so I'm gonna combine part 1 and part 2 of the ranking to same time. This is short. It's funny when Blay gets first cause they were like the ones to be up for elimination, so. So let's talk about the elimination first. Fiery Juniors is really a prime reason that vote to save had to happen cause he gets eliminated for just being mean and his team doesn't even bother to feel sad he's going. It's funny in TPOT 4. Everyone on Team 8's was sad Saw went and they barely knew her. Meanwhile Team Ice Cube basically knew Fiery Jr. long enough and they just didn't really care for him going. These two episodes are classic. I'm gonna combine them as one since it's technically a two-parter. I mean everyone does something. I mean I still hate the Taco Book arc and this is the most it takes up since this is the end of it and I really don't like it cause it was literally the only thing Blay did. Like this team could have been great but they had to ruin it for an arc that kind of feels boring. Maybe IDFP will explain why Book was so worried about Taco abandoning her team. She really didn't. She just got trapped in an egg in BFB2 and then her team doesn't realize until the end of BFB3. And it's weird cause it's so stupid. It's like everyone hating Loser and then BFB16 loving him again. It's so confusing, but this was the biggest episode ever until like maybe TPOT 15 cause this feels so special. It took a basic challenge idea and made it work. I mean it's the best thing pre-split has over something like TPOT 1 and 2 and honestly everyone here is great. Free food basically uses yellow face. Are You Okay uses a tunnel and also I find it stupid Spongy gets hate for leaving his team when his rocket had one seat. This episode is great though. I forgot Leafy was in this because everyone on the Losers is pretty boring here in this two-parter. I like how Pin helps out with Book but as this is a great episode. It is the best episode of pre-split cause nothing tops this. Not BFB6, not BFB8, not even BFB15 cause this has comedy. It's also really action-packed later on at the end and lava and it has the most deaths out of just BFB. TPOT 19 almost everyone dies except Grassy so they take the crown but this is a fire episode. I mean it's a top-tier episode. I don't even think TPOT 1 or 2 could top it off cause TPOT 2 really drags a lot. Nothing special about TPOT 1. I mean later TPOT does do more dramatic episode like TPOT 9, TPOT 13, TPOT 15, TPOT 19, TPOT 21, TPOT 23 through 25 but this won't be topped so easily and I miss pre-split a bit. I mean TPOT only issue is every episode is so long. I know they created BFDIE with the idea of it being short but like man. They like 11 characters and the episodes will be like 30 minutes long. I don't get it. Well anyways back to pre-split. I like Ants here. And I feel aside from Blay and the Losers, every team here is great. I mean it really made most of the characters great. And what other pre-split episode tops it off cause I really can't think of a single one. I feel like Satomi TPOT couldn't even top this episode off and TPOT 2 was like 37 minutes long so that should say how good this episode was. I'm out.